Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tori L. Edwards and I am the founder of With Mother, a healing platform for mothers and daughters who are ready to break generational cycles, rebuild trust, and create emotionally safe relationships. As you can see, I am back outside. I just was a vibe the last time, so I think I'm gonna be outside for the next few videos, but we'll see. And also bear with me if it gets a little loud with the cars and the crickets and all those things. So this topic really stuck out to me when I was just reflecting the other day because one, it's already tough enough realizing that something has caused you pain, something or someone has broken your heart, and you have this awareness that you need to take time for yourself to pull yourself together, to heal that wound. And I know present day we talk about healing a lot, and it sounds very trendy, but honestly, I'm glad that this is the movement because I do feel like for a long time, as people, especially in the Black and Brown community, we've experienced very traumatic things, especially within our homes, and we got so used to sweeping it all under the rug. And over time, this pain, this silence kind of shaped our identity and how we approach the world, how we approach our relationships, and even how we handle ourselves. So healing alone is already challenging. Having the courage and the strength to acknowledge what has caused you pain and to work through those emotions and process all of that, that's already hard enough. So for me, now that I'm at this space where I'm whole and I'm not perfect, there are things that I'm still working through, but I'm not where I was a year ago. I'm not where I was 3-5 years ago. For me, the hardest thing that I want to talk to you guys about, no matter where you are in your journey, whether you're healing, whether you're already whole, my biggest challenge was being in this vulnerable state, okay? Being in this vulnerable state emotionally and making decisions out of vulnerability, making decisions out of pain. And what do I mean by that? So number one, opening up to people and later realizing they were not a safe space. They were not someone I could trust and share those vulnerable parts of me. I want to say that has and was the biggest challenge for me. Being in this vulnerable state, working through all these emotions, just really feeling emotional about a lot of things that I was experiencing and had experienced, and wanting to find, wanting to have that outlet and express these emotions to someone who can help me navigate it and help me and just kind of comfort me, really. That was the biggest challenge, I would say, because in doing that, I realized some of the people that I was opening up to were not safe spaces, because then later on, I realized that they were using my vulnerability to their advantage, okay? Now, granted, this isn't about like getting paranoid about, being open. It's a blessing to express yourself and be open. And for a while I was struggling with that, kind of like disappointed in myself and also just regretting that decision. Like, man, if I would have known this was going to happen, if I would have known they were going to do this, like I would have never, opened up to them. I would have never confided in them. I would have never did that. And so present day, I'm just like, you know what? It's okay because it taught me a lot. All right. And also with that experience came wisdom. I'm now like, okay, sometimes being too open, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Sometimes being too open and too expressive about what you have going on in your personal life that is what opens the door for drama, I feel, okay? And this can be anybody. This can be coworkers. This can be extended family members. You know, we're navigating certain things in our personal life, and we feel like we have this great bond with this person, whether we've known them for a year, 6 months, and we think like, oh, well, I can go to them and talk to them. And then you're realizing the pattern. Every time you open up, they don't display the integrity that you will hope. It's like they use your vulnerability as a way to paint a picture of who you are and go out and share that with others. And that's the situation I found myself in a few different situations like that, where I opened up to someone, and in return, it was not the smart move to do. In that moment, I thought that I built some trust with that person, and me expressing how I felt, what I was going through, ended up being like that one thing that was like, aha, I knew this person. Just, it's like they exploited my weakness, basically, okay? So that has been one of the biggest challenges, okay? Knowing who to trust. Present day, you know, and I was talking with God earlier. I'm like, God, please help me to, if I'm ever in a state, because things are going to happen. I'm sure my feelings are going to get hurt again one day. I'm sure, like, that's life. But my prayer is now that as I move forward with a better understanding of myself and my experiences and just having more wisdom, that I be more intentional about what I'm sharing with people. Like, everybody doesn't have to know everything. Now, prayerfully, you do have someone, at least one person that you can trust and confide in, whether that's your partner, whether that's a really good friend of yours, whether that's a sibling. But just kind of keep it there. I'm at a place now where between my partner and a really good friend of mine and God, I don't talk to people about nothing when it comes to my vulnerabilities. And even then, I try to make sure I'm mindful on, you know, what I do share to a good friend of mine. Not saying that she would do anything to betray my trust, but just knowing like, okay, God, is this something that I need to just only come to you about? Or should I, you know, seek that counsel and that conversation with my man or my best friend? You know, I'm really asking God for more wisdom in that area, so I won't find myself disappointed. You know, and at the end of the day, if you don't have somebody physically, you have God. Okay, journaling in the beginning stages, when I realized like, whoa, I do not like who I've become. This is a lot. Like, I need help. You know, at the beginning, especially when I was in this place where I cut off everybody, this was like over 5 years ago. All I had was journaling and quiet time with God. Okay, and even then, my relationship with God wasn't as strong. I wasn't really like acknowledging him. I was more so like acknowledging other things, like the universe is going to help me. But at this stage in my life, yes, the universe, but God created the universe, so I need to talk to the creator of the universe. Okay, so even if you don't have someone physically in this season of your life to express those vulnerabilities to, God, journaling. Okay, I am a big advocate of therapy. Like, therapy is so helpful, especially when it comes to processing the mind and putting things in their proper places and better understanding it. Okay, therapy. With Mother, this program, this platform, we now offer coaching, okay, which is such a big blessing. This isn't therapy, but it's hard work. It's helping you to gain clarity. So if you don't have somebody where you could trust and you need to talk things out, you have options, okay? Journaling, God, building that relationship with God, therapy, coaching, finding somebody you could trust to have these personal, private conversations with, okay? That's a big one. So I would say that was the hardest part of me going through this vulnerable state in my life, opening up to the wrong people, confiding in the wrong people, thinking that I could trust this person because I knew them for a little bit of time. Like, no. And then sometimes the signs are there. If somebody's talking to you about somebody else's business, trust and believe they'll talk about your business to somebody else. Like, let's make it make sense. So that was the biggest challenge. And then I would say lastly, before I wrap this up, another really big challenge was being in this state of like processing my different emotions and just really feeling hurt about a lot of things while also showing up for others, while also building this platform, while also building my business. That was really hard. Okay? Like putting my best foot forward, putting on a brave face while navigating these different heartbreaking situations. That was really challenging. Okay? And how I did it, honestly, I just took it one day at a time. And if there was a moment where it's like I just couldn't do it, I didn't do it. Okay? I just had to take a day at a time and just allow myself to be strengthened over time. Now, present day, if something occurs, like I know how to better navigate stepping into the limelight, stepping into the public and presenting my best self. But when I was at a more vulnerable state with the different things that I was working through, that was really hard. And so it took time. I had to take it day by day. I had to really get in that quiet place with God and just seek him and just pray that he would give me strength and that he would restore what was broken inside of me. So, yep. I just want to get on here and share that with you guys. I hope this was helpful. My prayer is that you use wisdom on your journey as you're navigating different things that you've gone through, different things that you're working through. Please use wisdom. Everybody does not have your best interests at heart. Some people just want to know what's going on with you so they can exploit that side of you, so they can take advantage of your vulnerability and your weakness. So please use wisdom as you navigate this moment of your life and different moments to come. Okay, so thank you guys, and I will see you in the next video.